Hey loves, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today guys, I'll be checking out this interesting video from Doug in Ezai, and it's titled Mike Johnson makes prediction on Fox News. You won't believe it. You guys, I'm super excited for this. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please consider subscribing. Give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And without much ado, let's see what Doug in Ezai has for us in this video.
Some people say, Doug, how come, are you such a Mac Johnson fan? Well, the reason is because I like everything he says. I'm trying to find something I disagree with in this clip. He gets it. He's onto it, guys. He says something is happening. It's coming across the U.S. voters. I'll let him explain it to you, but the U.S. voters are watching the Trump guilty verdict, okay, and him becoming a felon. Massive political tectonic shift coming in Trump's direction. But will he go to the Supreme Court? Mike Johnson weighs in on it. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are. I'd be a lot happier if you guys got me to 490,000 subscribers. Can't do it without you.
A lot of money has been coming into the Trump campaign, and I was just reading in Punchbowl that the National Republican Congressional Committee, you guys raised $300,000 last night, which eclipses only the day you were elected speaker, and you raised $175,000. Wow. So obviously, angry voters are motivated voters.
By the way, there was one donor alone who gave $300,000 to Trump's campaign after the indictment. One mega millionaire alone gave $300,000. Trump raised a total of $34 million. Wow. But it's the highest fundraising Trump has had so far in one day.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
Night, when he got nailed for a felony. I think Trump would say, probably worth it.
They are, and there's good reason to be motivated, of course. I mean, this entire thing is absurd. I'm a lawyer. I was a litigator for 20 years. I was in court with President Trump a few weeks ago to see this for myself. What happened there was outrageous. And you're right, the American people see it.
Here's the first clue. He says the American people see it. That is this penetrating? Is this getting through the fake news media of MSNBC, CNN, etc.? Yes, it is. The American people. They are not responding the way the Democrats and never Trumpers thought they would. And we're praying and we're hoping they would turn against Trump once he became a felon. By the way, now they're going to predict, well, if Trump goes to prison, then surely everyone's going to back. No, it will get stronger because people believe the whole court case was illegit. Yeah. Trump's felony is illegit, and Trump's prison sentence is illegit. It attracts people to him who feel like they've been wronged by the system. We predicted this a year ago. This is not about Trump versus Biden. It's Trump versus the state. I hate being right all the time.
This is a purely political exercise, not a legal one. And everybody knows that. They know intuitively that it's wrong, and the people are outraged. I'm in one of those swing states today. Something is happening out there. People see what is going on. They see that the Democrats are so desperate because President Trump is crushing Joe Biden in the polls.
That's the second time he said it. People see something. Something is happening. Yeah. Something is going on. Yeah. It's bigger than the right could have imagined. No Republican has had this kind of excitement behind him like Trump.
They see the Democrat Party and the left so desperate to stop him that they'll risk the destruction of our entire legal system to do it. And that is not hyperbole. That's what's going on here.
That's what's going on. They did destroy our legal system. That's why on the last video, I did that final clip I opened it with Planet of the Apes at the end when Charlton Heston goes, "Oh, you did it. You maniac! You blew it up." No, that's what I thought of. When they made Trump a felon, I go, Democrats, you did it. You destroyed our legal system. The country, as MSNBC said, when they were accusing Trump of these things earlier, they said, this country is over. If this is an illegal court case, if this is the evil as Trump is accusing them of, then even CNN said the country is over. And I agree with them. They were being a mockery of him. I actually believe straight up it's true. So is Mike Johnson saying it, which is why I agree with him. And I think he's a great patriot. It's over.
We broke records on our fundraising platforms last night. We'll continue to do that. We even set up a new website. Go to supportbjt.com because that's how us in Congress, members in Congress, are going to help stand with him and defend this and make sure the right verdict is rendered November 5th. So, that's the American people's verdict.
Yeah, November 5th. That's the word that everyone keeps saying. And Trump started that. The only real poll that matters is November 5th. 5th. Forget about your outrage. Forget about your crying and screaming. Just make sure you vote. All my patriots in the audience. Now, if all of you can go out and get one more voter, one of your kids, your cousin, your parents, if you can get them to vote and help them vote, help register them, then we're winning. Now you're multiplying. That's so dangerous to the other side. That's what we have to do. Vote.
What are your thoughts on this video? The mistake the Democrat made was making Trump a felon, because the American people are actually watching, knowing that this case doesn't make sense. This is just a political agenda in order to frustrate Donald Trump political race. But unknown to the Democrat, they have just fueled the furies of the American people into voting for Donald Trump, because people are coming out in crowd to give their support for Donald Trump. After the verdict was passed, even people who are not American citizens wish that they can vote for Donald Trump at this stage. And let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below, and let's continue watching, you guys.
Do you think that the Supreme Court has a duty to step in, since this will impact, the election? I know we want to act like he's just a normal guy, but he's a leading presidential candidate. The voters should know.
Well, there's a lot of developments yet to come, but I do believe the Supreme Court should step in. Obviously, this is totally unprecedented, and it's dangerous to our system. I mean, we've all discussed this before, and you all talk about it all the time. This is diminishing the American people's faith in our system of justice itself.
I'm not a believer anymore in the system of justice. I'm going to laugh in your face. I think it's kind of always been that way in the United States. I think the Enlightenment guys were also going, look, we know we just kind of made all this stuff up, and we just kind of threw it together. And if everyone peer pressures each other around it, we'll try to make the Constitution true. We'll try and make the rule of law actually true, that all men are actually created equal. It's all kind of us just guessing, but let's throw it up there. Okay. And then it worked. Okay. They threw it up there and it worked. But it was always Ben Franklin's own lack of confidence when the woman said, "What did you give us?" And he said, "A republic if you'll have it and if you'll keep it. A democratic republic if you'll keep it." He knew that man's nature was probably not going to keep it. And boy, did we lose it last night on Trump's felony. All done in New York.
And to maintain a republic, you have to have that. People have to believe that justice is fair, that there's equal justice under law. They don't see that right now. And I think that the justices on the court, I know many of them personally, I think they're deeply concerned about that as we are.
Oh, yeah, the Supreme Court. Their concern doesn't mean they will step in. Supreme Court does not like to step in on other branches of government and start telling them what's going on. They do not want to weigh in on an election. Period. They just believe in the separation of powers. But at the same time, I mean, when you see this happen in New York, you're going to destroy the rule of law in the country. And then the Supreme Court's going to go, but there won't be running water or food or electricity or distribution if we let this go. So at some point, you have to go in and get involved and step over that other branch of government and say, you know what? You guys decided this one wrong. Trump is not indicted. We're overturning you with the highest court in the land. As we review, it's going to take a long time to review it, guys. It's not something they can quickly do. We know that the Supreme Court did step in on the hanging Chad thing in the year 2000 in Bush v. Gore, Bush versus Gore, that at some point it looked like we were not going to be able to elect Bush. And the Supreme Court came in and said, nah, we're going to stop counting Chads now. Okay. And that's it. And then Bush ended up winning.
I think they'll set this straight, but it's going to take a while. You're right. The process takes a while to play out. The Democrats know that, of course, and they're dragging it out. That was the whole objective. They want to try to bankrupt Donald Trump. They want to diminish his credibility and go after his character. They wanted to keep him off the campaign trail, which they were successful in doing for many weeks. And now they want to call him the convicted felon. This will be overturned, guys. There's no question about it. It's just going to take some time to do it.
Right.
It's going to take a long time for it to get past those 5 ladies in the Manhattan District's appeals court, because we need to skip right over them. They're not going to appeal jack. If if you know what I mean. He's not going to get justice there. So it has to go to the Supreme Court, or we have to wait until he's voted into, as president and he can pardon himself.
Go ahead.
Thanks, Brian. In the meantime, the sentencing date is July 11th. That's after the first debate. So the two candidates will debate.
So July 11th is his sentencing. He is expected, I believe, he's going to jail. That is, they could in 24 hours say you're remanded or you're turned over to jail. And that's New York. What is it? Not Staten Island. Oh, I forgot the name of it. It's a pretty harsh prison. Bad prison. That's what they want. They're going to get their wish. And remember what Kash Patel said. Trump goes to prison. Trump will instantly be president. Instantly. It's the best marketing for him. The people will be terrified of their government. That's what The View wants. That's what Whoopi Goldberg wants. That's what Sonny Hostin wants. They want Trump to serve as a warning. They said it on their show. I didn't show the clip. I'm sparing you guys. They said on their clip, we have to use Trump as an example. And that means they want you to be terrified of your government, your corrupt government. You get in line. You better be Democrat or you're going to jail.
Wow, you guys, what are your thoughts on this video? If Donald Trump goes to jail, then America will be divided. America will be in a state of frenzy because nobody is safe anymore. If they can do something like this to a running president, then they can't spare anybody, and that is not safe for any country. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. The Democrat has done so much to cripple Donald Trump's political career, and they have done so much to destroy his personal image. What haven't they done in order to destroy Donald Trump? But the good thing is that the people of America are watching and they know that this is unfair. This shouldn't be done to anybody. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below and let's wrap this video up, you guys.
In uncharted waters, right? Obviously, there's no prohibition against him being elected president, even if he's confined somewhere. Right. But I certainly hope that doesn't happen. There's lots of discussion. We talked about it all last night. There'll be more discussion today about how we might adjust things in the schedule and all of that.
What's he talking about there? Adjust things in the schedule. What's that in the convention? Here's Chip Roy put out the word and said on Twitter yesterday, now that Trump's a felon, it is time to move up the deadline to pick him as candidate. He wants to rush a vote to install Trump as our candidate because, guys, some Republicans are getting squishy. Asa Hutchinson, who was originally running against Trump, who is a rhino scumbag. John Bolton, the guy with the big walrus mustache, scumbag, said, look, it's time to move on from Trump. We better pick another candidate. Chip Roy said, no, we're moving up this date. We should move it to somewhere around July 4th or July 7th and pick him as our candidate before the sentencing to show people how we are not gonna budge.
But I'm going to tell you what will happen. I predict this will increase turnout on our side. He will win decisively. He will become the next president. He was already, as I said, crushing Joe Biden in the polls. I think as this plays out and people get more and more frustrated about it, I think it will help us, and that huge enthusiasm gap that already existed between the Trump and Biden campaigns will be even wider.
The middle does not legit believe Trump is a felon. Now, when anyone in America sees someone mistried, we believe this about black people that were put away for false murder charges and served a life sentence, your heart breaks. The middle, the squishy middle, not bury the needle lefty weirdos holding up severed puppet heads of Trump, weirdo inflatable, weirdo furry people. No, not them. The mushy middle are going to turn to Trump in unprecedented numbers. Everyone's been given a warning shot now. That's what Mike Johnson means by something is happening. The deepest turn yet is about to turn toward Trump.
People now see Donald Trump as a symbol of something. He's more than just an individual. He's a symbol of fighting back against this government corruption, the deep state, the bureaucracy, and all the rest. And we need his leadership in the White House now more than ever.
Mike Johnson uses the word symbol. He's trying to avoid the word. Trump's been made into a martyr, and you never want to do that to your enemy, because now you want to talk about a steel will. I've never given to a Republican since George Bush in 2004. I'm giving maximum money dump into Trump's campaign to save America.
Reagan used to remind us, we are the last best hope of man on the earth. He was quoting Lincoln in that regard. We have the best system, and even though people try to corrupt it, it is worth preserving. And I genuinely believe, Ainsley, that God's going to allow us another chance. We're going to be able to fix this. November 5th cannot get here soon enough, but I'm very bullish on that election cycle. I think the people are going to return us to common sense by putting us back in authority.
Okay, the Republicans will get put back in authority. He's saying we, the Speaker of the House. So we get put back in authority, though democracy is hanging by a thread. Fine. I still believe in the people. I believe in the people more than I believe in the Constitution. I believe in the people more than I believe in the rule of law. I believe in the people more than I believe in court cases and Trump trials and whether if Hunter Biden gets away or not or goes to prison or not. I believe in the people. That's you and me voting arm in arm. Do not give up. Will you still vote for Trump if he's a felon? Because if true, and Trump is a martyr, and Trump is a symbol now, what is he a symbol of? I'm Doug in exile.
Wow, you guys, that was such an interesting video from Doug in exile. One surprising thing about all of this trial is that people are even more willing to vote for Donald Trump now that he's a felon than ever before. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I really enjoyed every minute of this video, and I believe you guys also enjoyed watching. If you did enjoy watching, give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.